What's up everybody, it's McNaughty back with another video. This time we're going to be taking a look at the GT Omega Prime Cockpit. Now, you know I've been using this for a couple months now, so I think it's about time that I do an honest review. The good, the bad, and the hella ugly. So stick around to find out if we should wait a little bit to upgrade or buy this thing right now. So first, when you order this thing, it's going to show up in 5 boxes. 1 box for the seat, 2 boxes for the rig, 1 box for the wheel plate, and 1 for the mouse and keyboard shelf. They're pretty heavy, so you know, if you have someone to help or you've been lifting a lot, those are probably the 2 ways you want to go. So moving on to the build process. I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. I don't know what other people have said about this, but it is not easy. It does not go quickly. The Next Level Racing GT Lite took about 30 minutes. This took about 5 hours, including making those fine-tuning adjustments, moving the wheel forward, back, setting up the pedals, adjusting the height of various components. As you can see here, we're going to go through some time-lapse footage. This was not easy, and I encourage you, when you get started, read the directions like 3 times, take plenty of breaks. It took me, like I said, about 5 hours over 2 days to get this thing assembled, and the fine tuning took maybe about another hour or so. So be prepared to spend a lot of time on this. It's not a quick installation, but once you get the ball rolling, you start to understand how different components fit in with each other, and you know, there's a certain groove that you can achieve to speed things up. But again, it is not quick. It's not even close to being something that's quick. Okay, so now let's talk about build quality. Dude, this thing is aluminum and it's light, but it's not moving. It is very rigid. You're not going to be able to bend this thing very easily. It's actually easier for me to move the entire rig, pick this entire thing up, seat included, pedals attached, wheelbase attached, than it is for me to separate any of the 2 components. That's how sturdy it is, and I don't think it gets any better than this. Now, with that being said, usually with sturdiness comes inflexibility in terms of moving components, but that couldn't be further from the truth. As you can see here, there are 2 vertical columns that hold the wheel plate in place, and that's attached to the base of the rig. The wheel plate that holds the wheel base is adjustable both up and down, and you can change the tilt angle because of these grooves that are in the bottom of the wheel plate. So it forms a little bit of a J pattern, and then by undoing those 4 screws, loosening those 4 screws, you can freely move it up and down. The vertical columns that hold the wheel plate in place can also move forward and backwards along the base of the rig. When it comes to the pedals, they can be moved up, down, forward, back, depending on which slot you decide to install the screws in. So depending on your height, you can, if you're shorter, you can bring them closer and higher. If you're taller or have longer legs like I do, you can put them lower and further away. Not to mention, depending on how you install the seat, you can install it closer, further away, and then from that base position, you can actually slide the seat forward and back. But yeah, to sum it all up, incredibly sturdy, no doubt about it. Okay, this is the primary reason why you'd want to upgrade your sim racing cockpit. I had this direct drive wheel, this Logitech direct drive wheel, sitting on a GT Lite, and no shade to Next Level Racing, you know, in terms of portability, it's pretty much as good as it gets. But in terms of stability, you could see from footage from my live streams, anytime I would turn that wheel or anytime there'd be a little bit of force feedback, the whole rig would shake. This thing is not moving. Like, if I try to move this thing side to side, see, I'm trying to move it side to side, my body's moving side to side. In the case of load cell pedals, I'm more likely to move the entire rig back before I move any components out of place, because they're all secured by at least 4 different screws. I got the RS6 chair. There are multiple options, and I think that you can get your own racing seat and attach it to this thing. It's pretty much straightforward. It's 2 aluminum pieces that go this way, and then 2 more aluminum pieces that go side to side, so you can lengthen them, shorten them, and then mount whatever chair that you have into there, as long as you have the appropriate size screw. So you can bring your own. However, this chair, the RS6, is very comfortable. Not trying to throw shade at Next Level Racing, but that GT Light cockpit, I could not sit in it for any more than, let's say, 2 or 3 hours, and then my back would start to hurt. But this chair, I feel like I could sit in it all day long, play all day long, and not have any issues. So I would definitely recommend getting the RS6 seat. They have an extra wide version too, so if you're a little bit wide, then they've accommodated you for that as well. So the final verdict is that if you have a direct drive wheel and or a load cell pedal set, this is a must upgrade. And I think that with the flexibility of all the components, although it takes some time to fine tune it, you could pretty much set this rig up however you need it to be for any height or weight. So the price point is a little expensive. Last time I checked, the cockpit itself was around $900 US. But I think at that price point, it's actually quite affordable compared to other manufacturers on the market. So in my time with it, I think it's been well worth the money. All right, guys, this is the end of the video. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions about the GT Omega Prime Cockpit. And hit that like button if you like this review, and consider subscribing and joining the channel as well. Until next time, I'm McNaughty. I'm out of here. Take it easy.